Listen, last night I attended it's campaign season here in the state of Georgia. And last night I attended the gubernatorial debate, the first one of this campaign season. And there are six candidates running for the governor of the state of California. Look, you got me on California right now, Josh. And so does Chris. The state of Georgia. There are six candidates running because, of course, Brian Kemp, the current governor, cannot run again. And so I attended this debate last night and I looked through a different lens, right? Because I'm a speaker and I am a behavioral science expert. And so I'm looking at body, I'm looking at delivery, I'm looking at calm, I'm looking at settlement, I'm looking at facial expressions, all of the um, aspects that deliver stellar presentations from a lens of someone who rocks the stage, but not a politician. And so I looked with a different eye. I didn't just look with a voter's eye. I looked from the position of what did these people do to prepare themselves? What did they leave their house with that morning? What kind of mindset did they gird themselves with to prepare for this verbal debate last night? And so it took me back to what I did actually Monday, everybody. Monday, I had the privilege of delivering a keynote for the Pennsylvania Higher Ed Women's Consortium. And it was a fantastic, not only were we celebrating Women's History Month, but it was a fantastic experience because guess who got to do the keynote right after lunch? I'm gonna give you one guess. That's me. Dave and Josh and our other colleagues know that that can be a pretty interesting point because when people get bread and butter, when they get steak and salmon and macaroni and cheese and all that stuff on their bodies after they've sat through a whole day of speakers, and then afternoon, it's me. Well, say less, boo. I didn't do anything but get everybody up on their feet and kick that afternoon off on the right tone. So, right now, I am here. I have stopped by on my way to heaven to tell y'all that I'm over it. Somebody type it in the chat right now. I'm over it. I'm over it. I am over it. Well, Professor Tish, what is your it? Well, I'll tell you. I'm glad you asked. I am over seeing brilliant human beings never realizing, living in, and experiencing all the talents that I know God has blessed them with. I am over seeing beautiful and amazing and brilliant human beings never tapping into their skills, talents, and abilities because they're in their own way. So I know that for myself and my colleagues on this line now, we have a job to do because I'm over seeing people by the say, "Oh, I'm full of anxiety. I can't handle it." No, I need you to get out of your own way and step into a beautiful experience that life has brought for you. So back to my gubernatorial debate last night, right, everybody? I'm here just like Keisha Lance Bottoms, former two-time mayor of the city of Atlanta, who is now running for governor of Georgia. And I watched her delivery last night. She was calm, she was cool, she was assured, she spoke with conviction, power, and authority. She was warm, she was relatable, but she also incorporated the power of stories. This HBCU grad, this member of a D9 sorority, and the only lady on that panel last night delivered with grace and conviction. And she did that because she prepared herself with some essential items for last night's debate. So, my challenge, my question, my inventory that I would ask all of our incoming students for 2026, fall 2026, is what are your essentials that you need to deliver? What are the essentials that you put in your backpack every morning, in your purse every morning that, look, you will literally turn the car around if you forget them? Common answers: your keys, your ID, and some money, or either a credit card or your phone, because your phone oftentimes has your credit card or your Cash App or your, Apple Pay or something. But currency, keys, ID, those are pretty much our popular answers. Three items. Three items. So as I get ready to turn the page, as I get ready to step on the next elevation higher, I want to leave you very quickly with three essentials that I know our incoming class would need on their person, in their mind, to experience success while they take this next step into college. Let me say my first point. The tassel is worth the hassle. The tassel is worth the hassle. My mother taught me that I wish to aspire to turn that tassel from one side of my hat to the other after 4.5 years or 4 years of college. And I did. And was there a hassle? Absolutely. Did I get sad and depressed sometimes? Yes. Did I have a bad score on some papers? Yes. Did I break up with my boo? Yes. Did I have some issues with some girls on campus? Yes. Did I dress cute anyway going to class every day? Yes. There's hassle in college. Did I struggle with my own stinking thinking? Yes, there's hassle in college. But the tassel is worth the hassle, because what happens along the way, everybody? You get confidence, you get self assuredness, your self esteem grows, you become different and better, your intuition is sharpened. So, all of those types of things do not happen without adversity. So, the first seed, as Josh said, of greatness, the first essential item that we need in our purse or our backpack of life, not just every day, but of life, is to remember that number one, the tassel is worth the hassle. Number two, I got 3 points, then I'm out of here. Number two, my grandmother taught me this one. And yes, I'm referencing women now because where are we? We're in March. It is Women's Herstory Month. So I will illuminate and amplify all of the women that have poured into me in my life, who make me the dope individual that I am right now. And one of those is my mother, and the other one, this is my paternal grandmother. But she taught me real simple. And I don't know if many people know it, because when I say this in front of audiences, they don't answer me on the other half. How many people know this one? Birds of a feather flock together. That's right. I'm like Mr. Rogers right now. We're going to say it again. Birds of a feather flock together. Yeah. You know what that means? That means show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That means hang around with people who talk about ideas and not about other people. Hang around people with growth mindsets, not with people with fixed mindsets, people who are satisfied being the top of the bottom, people who are satisfied gossiping and comparing themselves to other people. That gig that I just told you I had on Monday, my good friend and colleague, Kevin Bracy, and I had a conversation. He said, Tish, you got to remind people that they need to have fun. Don't sit there and talk to them for an hour. And I was like, say less. I went digging in the crates, y'all. There used to be a time, and Josh, you know it, Dave, you know it. There used to be a time that I would not begin a keynote without a 5 minute mixtape warm up, getting everybody out their seats. 300 people, hands in the air, 300 people, 600 hands. It was crazy. That's how I would start a keynote. Getting people out of their comfort zones, getting people to take that life jacket off and jump in the water, getting people to release, uh-oh, what's happening on the other side of me? They're looking at me. That thief of comparison, that thief that is comparison, rather. And so I did that Monday. I took my friend Kevin's advice. I went digging in the crates and I pulled an old mix out from like 2018. I pulled an old mix out, and guess what? I had 75 women in there talking about Tonto, jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. They were like, yo, this is fantastic. I've never started a keynote like this before. I've never seen a speaker. If you come here, Tish Norman speak, you better have your energy ready because she is a cup of coffee. Somebody literally called me a cup of coffee Monday. Isn't that funny? But isn't that what we need in this world right now? Amidst calamity and war and uncertainty and division. Oh, we need to have fun. Oh, we need to be light. Oh, we need to experience joy. So, second point, birds of a feather flock together. Keep those people around you who speak life into you. Because guess what? I'm over it. Next one, last point. Somebody say last point. Look at your neighbor and say last point. Here's my last point. Life is filled with opportunities and obstacles. Okay? Opportunities and obstacles. You're literally at every turn and every season in your life, you are going to experience, hmm, is this an opportunity for me or is this an obstacle?
Right.
I'll tell you one thing that I had. I had an opportunity, almost like a fork in the road, when I had the pulling, when I had the desire to start to curate tours and educational experiences internationally. I had a pulling, but I wasn't sure how to start it. People told me I should do it, but the stinking thinking in my head tried to keep me frozen. But I ventured out and I said, this won't be an obstacle. I'm going to make it an opportunity. So, guess what, y'all? 5 days ago, I just returned from my third tour. I started hosting trips to Accra, Ghana, Kumasi, and Cape Coast, Ghana, West Africa, also known as the Gold Coast, the Ivory Coast, right? And the feedback that I've gotten from those travelers has been, Tish, this has been the best trip of my life. And I'm talking about people who are 40, 50, 60, and 70 years old telling me this. This is the best trip I've ever had in my life. Well, guess what I did, everybody, as I take my seat? I looked at something that was strong and burning inside of me. And I said, is this an opportunity or an obstacle? And instead of using that stinking thinking that was trying to saturate my mindset, I said, I'm going to make this an opportunity. And I'm glad I acted on it because the outcome certainly surpassed that sense of feeling frozen like a deer in headlights that I initially thought I would have. In the same way, the students that you lead, the students that you welcome into your beautiful campus this fall will have opportunities or obstacles. They will have an opportunity to select the birds of a feather that flock together. And they will also ultimately understand that the tassel will be worth the
Right.
hassle. Are you going to help facilitate that for them? That's what we do as advisors. We facilitate, we advise, we love, we lead, and then we provide support when and if they need it. So, anyway, everybody, listen, I'm your auntie, I'm your friend, I'm your big sister, I'm your cousin. I want y'all to call me. If I haven't been to your school, I am probably on my way. And so, like Josh and I said, One College Nation is a program that he and I do collaboratively where we get new and incoming students to leave their cares behind and jump in and take advantage of just the moment without worry, getting to meet people and expand and build community as soon as you become a new student on that campus. So if you're interested in doing that, please give us a call. Give me a call. When's the last time you had a female speaker on your campus? I'm just saying, okay? When's the last time you had a woman speaker come in and drop the mic? Who is what? Over it. Y'all call me. Take care. Thank you.